just getting the old tripod still set up a bit here, so don't mind me getting everything set here. Hello to anyone joining, welcome to the layout. Have some models tonight. We're gonna just do some running, I guess kind of running in circles, nothing crazy, but gonna get this going here, and then we'll have some models for y'all. So I just realized I've been going 20 minutes live streaming with no microphone on. Hopefully you can hear me now. That'd be something that I hit by accident. I've pretty much been talking to myself for the last 20 minutes, so if you have anything you'd like to add, please put it in the chat room. I like talking to the folks who watch my videos, and if you got any requests for locomotives that I've got, please feel free to give me some requests. If you got anything you'd like. But right now I've got my Western New York and Pennsylvania RS3 on the outer, and I got a Lehigh Valley F7 side. A tractor head. No worries. We had a great time on the New York and Lake Erie last weekend. It was a great photo charter. I think everyone was really happy with how it turned out. But yeah, we really had a good time. You know, we're working with some other railroads. I mean, obviously we're going to keep going with the photo charters and stuff, but yeah, it's going to be an exciting year next year, just to say, for timeless rail expeditions. So keep that in the back of your mind. Yeah, it was pretty dope. We had, when we got down to Cherry Creek, it was, maybe you can like see 150 feet in front of you max. There was so much fog. It was fantastic. The shots at Cherry Creek were just absolutely gorgeous. So people were really pleased with that. Cherry Creek was great. We headed up towards South Dayton. Again, it was just fantastic. We had great lighting the whole day. We really didn't get cloud screwed or anything dumb like that, so it was just absolutely petty perfect. We couldn't ask for a better day for a photo charter like that. So we were happy, and I think everybody who rode was happy. Gowanda Bridge shots came out fantastic. The shots at the shop came out really well. So yeah, I mean, if we ever do anything on the NYLE again, I will make sure to let you know. It's probably not going to be for a while. We've kind of oversaturated our market there in a way, doing 636 and now 308. But, you know, both of them profited enough that it was justifiable, but we don't want to risk it. But yeah, if anyone's joining in, welcome to the my layout. Got a couple locomotives running right now, just kind of hanging out here, chilling, talking to the fans. If you got anything you'd like to add in the chat room, I like to talk a lot, so please feel free to add to that, contribute to the chat room, and yeah, if you want to talk anything trains, big boy, anything special that's happened, our photo charter last weekend on the New York and Lake Erie, please feel free to add. I'd love to talk to you guys. Terry, I don't know if, were you at the museum today? I stopped by later in the evening. It was busy today. Other things, but I don't know if you stopped by today at all. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've actually had a chance to start a live stream from down here. I've just been so damn busy, but figured tonight isn't too bad, so might as well go for it. Start a live stream and talk to the viewers a bit and just have a good time, you know? I know hopefully starting next weekend or the weekend after I will have new videos every weekend for hopefully the rest of the year. Got a lot of good stuff this summer. Hoping to get a little bit more here in the fall. I've got some plans to take a few trips, so we're looking to see some pretty cool stuff. Gotcha. I was wondering if you were at the museum today, because I know you're usually out there on Sundays. Like I said, I've been busy, so I haven't even been out there lately, but get out there eventually. When I was out there, later tonight, that was about it. So, hello to anyone coming in. Welcome to the layout. We're just running some trains right now, kind of hanging out and chilling, talking with some viewers. So, please add to the chat room. If you got any requests for me to run anything, let me know. I'm willing to bet it's probably been about a year since I've done a live stream from down here, if not a little more. Like I said, it's been a good while since I've done that, so. Yeah, it was hot out there today. Like I said, I had other stuff to do. I had a graduation party I was at, and a couple other things, but it was pretty hot out today. According to my car, it was almost 90 at around 2 o'clock. So yeah, it was hot, and yeah, it's been a good long time since I've done one of these from down here. Usually it's once in a blue moon while I'm out chasing something that I'll do a live stream. So yeah, it's really been a while. I'd do it more often if I remembered. Put it like that. Was it, Terry, was that busy today, or just kind of just meh, nothing much going on, or I don't know if there's a lot of trains today or anything. If anyone's just coming in now, welcome to my layout, welcome to the live stream. We're kind of just hanging out here tonight, chilling, watching some model trains. I'm going to flip them over here in about 5 minutes. Just kind of change the units up a little bit. Kind of want to get all my rolling stock a little bit of time to run, because God only knows I can't. It's been a while since I've had a chance to really fire up the layout well. That's not too bad. Couple decent bit of action today on CSX. When I was there, I saw 2 of them go by, and I was there for maybe 40 minutes tops, so seemed a little busier today, but good to hear that we had a decent bit of people out there, and it's going well. Fun stuff. How's everyone doing? What's What's been the thing lately? What's going on? Just working, enjoying summer. What's everyone been doing lately? I appreciate it. I'm glad you think so. It's not the world's largest, but I designed it so you can run a couple trains just going in circles and stuff, and also switch and enjoy it. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know one of my buddies from school, he was always into those reenactments and stuff. I believe he always did the Connie at one. So I'll have to ask him if he was there. Yeah, Oil Creek and Titusville today. So my buddy Matt Mosier would have been running the train today. Engineer. I believe today he said they used 3568. So there's the nice, there's this one actually. And this one here. So glad to hear that this one's back and running too. I haven't seen this one in quite some time, honestly. So yeah, glad to hear 3568's running again. I know 75's currently running, and they have a turbo to put in 85. So sooner than later, we might actually see all three units for Oak Creek and Titusville running today. Yeah, Matt's a good guy. He's from the Buffalo area, but yeah, I've known him for quite some time. He's a very good guy. That's what I thought he said, because they ran 2 trains today. So maybe they used 75 for the passenger and then 80 or 3568 for freight. Because I know he said they used the big one for freight. Yeah, but that's what I said. I thought he said that they did 2 trains today on Oak Creek and Titusville. So yeah, D-Day and Connie. That's never been to a reenactment before, but maybe I should get up there sooner than later. Everyone says they're pretty cool, so I don't know. It's always something that I can put on the list of things I need to go to. Interesting. Yeah, I should get up there sometime when they do the reenactments. They do seem interesting. So I'm gonna swap out a couple of these engines here. So I think I'm gonna put on. I think I'll put on one of my steamers for the 574. Not sure which one yet. My steam has not been known to run the greatest on anything, but I guess give it a try. I'll run my Pierre Marquette 1225 on the passenger coach. And if it doesn't work, I'll pull it off and put another one on. Some point sooner or later, I am going to get a new decoder for this thing, so it sounds a little bit more accurate to the real 1225. I know TCS Wow Sounds are fantastic decoders. I have one in my nickel plate 755, and so far I've really enjoyed it. So TCS Wow Sound, that's going to be my one of my next options. I'm going to change the WYP unit too, I think. See, the one problem with that 1225 is it doesn't exactly have a lot of pulling power, so it can stall very, very easily. May have to put a second unit with it, but we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, 755 is cool. I've seen that one before. For sure, a nice one to see. Definitely. I think I might actually throw that Lehigh Valley one back on the 1225 just so it has a little bit more pulling power. I don't believe Oil Creek and Titusville is running. Oh, well, you know what? If you've seen it on there, then I can't argue that. I wasn't sure what the latest was with that. the open air car. I knew it hadn't been working, but if it is, that's good news. See how that runs now that I have a little bit more power on the head end there. That's good though. I'm glad to hear that the flat car is back on Oak Creek and Titusville. It's very good news. I know it hasn't been doing it. Hey Jeffrey, welcome back to the live stream. Always good to have my frequent flyers with me today, so it's good for me. I always like my frequent flyers. So interesting. What do you got premiering tonight, Jeffrey? Yeah, welcome back to the stream, Jeffrey. And just kind of changing out a few engines right now. Might just need to fix one thing here really quickly. Gotcha. Alright, let's pull, got a dash, what is it? It's a U-boat and an Alco C424 together on the freight, and then I got my Pure Marquette 1225 with that Lehigh Valley F7 on the passenger. Probably swap steam engines in 10-15 minutes, and then I'm just gonna, when it comes time for the outer train, I'm gonna flip the two engines to get 24.5 leading trip in. Both that Alco and that U-boat are gorgeous locomotives. Those are two of my favorites. They are perfectly speed matched, so those two run together a lot. Good to see my 1225 running, so I hardly ever run that thing, so, you know, it's good to see her running again. At some point tonight, too, I'll put my big boy on probably both trains. I have my big boy model. It's fun to run, but yeah. That's good to hear that the open air car is back. I know there's some issues with it, and it hadn't been running for a while, but good to hear. I'm glad it's back. Good to hear. I'm glad that thing's back. That thing was always my favorite car to ride in when I was younger. When I rode the train before I got into the rail fanning hobby side of things, that was always my favorite thing, was to ride the open air car on the train in Titusville. And yeah. If anyone's just coming in, welcome to the live stream. We're in my basement here. I got my models going. Just kind of chilling, having a good night, talking to the followers, and yeah. Yeah, Buffalo Southern that's a very neat operation. Yeah, no, if you want a show, I would definitely go up to Buffalo Southern. One of the things that Matt's running, I mean, he puts on a very nice show. I can tell you that much. I've seen the 93 with him running, and it's a pretty engine. I know business picks up in the wintertime because their primary customer is Niagara Energy in North Collins, New York. And that's just a ton of propane cars. So, you know, in the summer, propane's not exactly used a whole lot. But come wintertime, you know, people will use that up there in New York to heat their homes, heat their livestock. You know, kind of everything they use the propane. So yeah, October, I don't know if they'd be crazy then, but like definitely December, January, February, when it gets to be the colder months, people use propane more. As I hate to say it, but you know, the more snow that comes down, the more propane they use. So they'll have to trek through the snow to get the propane there, but you know, the more that there is, the more they use, the more they deliver. Yeah, it's been a while since they had that open car gondola. I rode on it in 21. I did ride Oak Creek and Titusville in 2021. So, you know, maybe I think that was last time, really, though, a couple years ago that it ran. Yeah, I would say November, especially December. I'd go January even, you know, January or February when it's, you know, dead of winter and it's, you know, it's after Christmas is when it starts to get really, really cold out. That's when the propane business really skyrockets. Matt told me that they can even run 7 days a week in the winter sometimes. It gets that insane. So, yeah, I'd go up there some point. But yeah, 93, that's a gorgeous unit. Love to see that thing again. But I know 4212, the Alco C424. I haven't seen it personally, but from what I've heard, that thing puts on a good show. I'm not sure exactly what's going on right now with 5010 and 1847. I know they haven't been spotted in a while. I believe they've been getting maintenance done. So I know they're not right now operating 1847, 5010, but, you know, by the winter time they probably will. So, yeah, like I said, 93 and then 4212 are kind of their primary power right now. I appreciate that, Brandon. And thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Yeah, I built this layout myself. It's not big, but, you know, it gets the job done. And what I like to do is switch on it a lot. So, but I have the tracks going around for stuff like this if I want to live stream, and then yeah, if I want to just do some switching, I got plenty of room to do that as well. I don't dump all of my money into my layout, but there's some things I'll pitch a few cents into and buy and expand and make better. Yeah, if anyone's just coming in now, welcome to the live stream. We're just kind of chilling, running some models on the layout, and enjoying the company of my viewers. And Yeah. All right, Jeffrey. I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, just enjoying the company of the viewers that watch all the videos and give them just some time to chat with me personally. And yeah, it's always a nice little thing to do. I haven't actually done one of these live streams in quite some time, probably over a year that I've done one on my layout, but every once in a while I get that urge to do it, and tonight I did. Like I said, from here on out, rest of the year, every weekend is going to be a new video premiering, so stay tuned for that. Lots of good stuff coming out. Yeah, it's going to be a fun fall and winter. I've got a lot of plans, couple big trips. One is going to be a very long drive there and back. I'll spend almost a whole day driving, but I think it's going to be worth it. It's going to be a fun trip. Going to get some very good shots, hopefully. So, yeah. Nice, man. I'd tell you something I'd love to do someday. I'd love to own a speeder because I have some tracks that I could run a speeder on. Like I said, I would absolutely love to get a speeder car someday. I don't know who would make them or... Oh, train disconnected down there. Coupler got stuck. That happens. Yeah, someday I'd love to get a good speeder and restore it, fix it up, or it's always fun. I always would love to do something like that. Maybe someday I will. Just got to find a speeder first of all. Nobody wants to sell a speeder, for anything that I'd even reasonably touch. So, womp womp. But, then that comes with the question of DIY. I almost said DUI. It's DIY. Do it yourself. I don't know why that keeps separating. Sometimes my cars don't like to cooperate, so you gotta just take them off. Conrail, equipment, defect detector, milepost, 9, 7. There we go, that works. Only thing is I got a tank car behind an engine, which is usually frowned upon, but that's what I've been told. There are speeders there, but you need a lot of money for them, and that's something that I don't want. I have money, it's not the problem, it's just that I don't want to spend the money. Alright, we're going to change the outside one. I think we're going to do a little B&P if this one will work. I'm not quite sure. I haven't run this in a while. It may not actually run right. I know the electricity. Looks like it's going to run okay. Buffalo Pittsburgh action here. Got one of my SD60s. Gonna have that one on here. Hopefully it'll run okay. We will find out here in a moment. Hello, if anyone's just coming in now. Welcome to my layout. Welcome to the live stream. Kind of just chilling here. I think I'll swap my steam engines out for a bit. Welcome back, Jeffrey. Let's see. Which steam should I go for now? I think I'll go for my 765. Why not? This one ran well, so hopefully this one will too. This one has a Lock Sound 5 decoder in it, so it actually sounds like the real 765. Usually one of my favorite models. It just doesn't always run the greatest, which sucks, but it's all right. Just gotta fix this train. Doesn't always like to be kind. Longer car on it, because unfortunately my layout has some tighter curves on it, which is just the nature of the beast, but the smaller cars don't always like that. Bigger engines, so what are you gonna do? You just gotta deal with it. That's my problem with 765. So it has just a small issue in the bottom of the foot. So for now, we'll run what we have. Then I'll add 765 once it's fixed. I'll try to see if I can figure it out. Yeah, thank you. It's one of my favorite models. It's got a Lock Sound 5. It's my 765 model, so it sounds great. And you know what I think for now? Honestly, I think we'll add the 755 until I can get my 765 fixed. There we go. This locomotive here has a TCS wow sound. So another very nice decoder. Sounds just like the real nickel plate road, which I really like. That's my 755. All right, let's see how that runs. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can fix the 765 issue. Hello, if anyone's just joining the live stream now, got a couple engines running here. I got my Nickel Plate Road 755 leading on the passenger train with a Lehigh Valley F7 behind it, and then I got a Buffalo and Pittsburgh SD60 on the freight, the outside track. So, got any suggestions? Got anything you want to ask? Add to the chat room. Please feel free. If not, like the video and just sit and enjoy some trains for a little while. Changing them every 10-15 minutes. Yeah, I have quite a variety of DCC stuff. Got lots of steam, diesel, anything really. I've just collected a lot of stuff over the years, and I like it. Hey, it's all right. You got to build a collection. It doesn't come overnight. The 3568s, those are nice models. Rapido did a fantastic job, really, with those, honestly. I might try to do when I'm done here with the 755. I might throw a 1225 on the back and put the 765 on the front. Yeah, make a little display case and eventually get a layout, or the way I see it, you can build a small layout with 1 or 2 engines, and it could be perfect. Hello, if anyone's just coming into the live chat now, live stream, welcome. Please feel free to add to the chat room. I always like talking to the people who watch my videos, so please feel free to add to it. I'm going to swap out the 3889. I have a Norfolk Southern ST70 ACE. I'm going to put that guy on here, see how that goes. I didn't run this one in a hot minute either. So this is a Walters mainline unit. I haven't run it in a long time, so Stretch the NS's legs tonight, see how that goes. I know one of the ditch lights doesn't work, yeah. One of them's out. I should try to replace that soon. When I get time. Crazy to think that Norfolk Southern could be a fallen flag soon. Hello, if anyone's coming in on the live stream, welcome to the chat, welcome to the layout. Hopefully enjoy. Let me swap out this train here. One. Do that. Do one more. We're gonna see how this goes. Sounds crazy. It is crazy. Let's see what happens, I guess. We're gonna have to stop that one just briefly. Gotta fix this up. Let me get the other one fixed. Let me get this fixed here. I got steam triple header. I don't know how that's going to go. Sounds ungodly. It is ungodly. Let's see how this goes, folks. Gotta fix one thing real quick before we get started. I don't know what's with this NS train. It doesn't want to stay together. It's kind of pissing me off. Pull that back a bit. It's always that 765 that likes to derail. I do see the issue. Too far. It's all enough. Alright, let's try this. I don't know if anyone's just coming in now. Welcome to the live stream. I'm just chilling, running some trains tonight. Want to run here. Well, maybe it's not meant to be. So I'm going to change a few things up here. Let's get. I'm going to put a little bicentennial unit on the outside. Oh, all right, fine. Yeah, I see. Take it up. Yeah, I know she wants it. I'll take it up there. Alright, let's try this here. A lot of my stuff I get at model train shows, honestly. It's one of the best spots you can get stuff. Take these off. Put this one. No. folks. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, to answer your question, I get a lot of my stuff at model train shows. You get a lot of good bargains and deals there. So, generally speaking, that's what I'd go with if you're looking for some models. That goes hopefully slow and stuff. Yeah, well, we have a good one here in Erie, November and March. First weekend, it's always Sunday from 9 to 3. It's the first weekend of March, first weekend of November. Yeah, you should definitely come to the Erie Model Show. It's pretty good. Lots of good people there. I'm always there, always get a table. I always got a good setup. I think this show I'm going to do my big boy is the model display. I always have a display of a few models, so probably going to be big boy as the feature this year for obvious reasons, obviously, but yeah, it's one of my favorite models I have. Yeah, I know there's one up two in Dunkirk. I know there's a couple up in Hamburg, Buffalo area. That's a popular area. Hello, anyone coming into the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Running a few models tonight on layout. Having a good time, chilling with some of the viewers. Jeffrey's here, I know Terry, Tractorhead. You guys have all been here all night, so feel free to pop in, say something in the chat. Always welcome. Alright, running the models, folks. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying your nights respectfully. Has there been a US 250 scheme that stood out to me? Whew. That's a good question. I mean, to tell you the God honest truth, they all look fantastic. I don't think I've seen one yet, besides that one in Carolina, that I've been like, ooh, that's not good. No, certainly there's a lot of good ones that are out there, but shit. Wheeling in Lake Erie, that SD40 with the RS5T and the bronze belt. I mean, that thing's fantastic. Yet to see it, but that thing's gorgeous. I think my number ones are going to be Delaware Lackawanna with the M636. I saw that thing in person when the 4014 was in Scranton. That thing is just gorgeous. That's probably the best one, Delaware Lackawanna. Wheeling in Lake Erie is right behind it. They did a good job. I like Reading and Northerns. Those are nice. Genesee and Wyomings that are on the Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Those two are nice. I like CSXs. Those stood out really well. The 6 that Norfolk Southern did, those are nice. BNSFs, UPs, any of the Class 1s. Even I like CNs too. Theirs look very nice. You know, the Class 1s look good, but yeah, I mean, I'd have to say Wheeling, Reading and Northern, Delaware Lackawanna, Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Those ones are probably amongst the best ones. Yeah. I like Bat and Kills too. Bat and Kills RS 36, RS something. It's one of the RS switchers. Theirs looks fantastic as well. But yeah, that's my opinion. I would say that theirs is the best is on the GVT. Let's swap these engines out once more. Now the only thing is, I do have significantly more freight power than I do passenger power, so I have to run a few freight engines on the passenger consist. Try some cool ones here. gonna run side by side. That's where they do All right, let's get these going here. Identical SD38s. Drove by Wheeling Link Gear's main shop when I was heading to the filming gig on the 9th. Yeah, it's one of the more busy ones. She is good. We're running a little bit more high speed now. We got two matching engines. Let's see how they do it. Both 100% power. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't seen Wheelings yet either. But I'm sure it is a gorgeous locomotive. I would have no doubt. Oh, that's not too good. A little derailment. We should do 100% on these engines. Should probably put one of my what I call buffer cars, so just the larger tank cars that I have. These are pretty. Yeah, that's all right. It'll be around for a while. I highly doubt any railroads are going to paint their bicentennial units after this year. Let's see how that runs. So we got matching SD38s on both trains. Well, if anyone's joining in, welcome to the layout, welcome to the live stream. If you got anything you want to put in the chat, ask me about questions, anything train related, please do. Yeah, I know. Conneaut's museum has a nice layout there with the 3 scales. It's always been interesting. I've never seen it running, but I can see it from inside the windows. I know a couple of my buddies who are volunteers there say it's a nice layout. Lost the 868. What got me into the rail fan hobby? That is a long story. Let me just quickly fix this engine and I'll explain that. Okay. Models. Put it bluntly, models. I just started liking the train out of the Christmas tree, and then seeing the trains, go through Erie and stuff, and that's kind of just what got me into it. Was that stuff there? Wasn't anything crazy. Just seeing the local stuff, and then, like I said, just kind of Christmas time. We have a Mark's train that we put around the tree, so that's honestly what got me into the hobby. And I just met new people and grew in it a bit and got to really like it. What about you? I'm going to swap the SD38s real quick. Don't want to do that. That'd be bad. Yeah, I'm interested. What got you into the hobby, Tractor Head? I don't know what the address for this one. Can't lie, this engine I'm going to put on is on the louder side. I'm going to see how it does. Try this one. Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm gonna actually not do that one. Actually, put another DCC silent here. Alright, let's see how this goes. These are all DCC silent units. Alright, let me see what you wrote here. Yeah, that was it too. I know I went to the Oak Creek in Titusville once when I was a kid. And I really liked it. I find it interesting. A lot of people say that Thomas got him into it. That never appealed to me. Thomas and Friends never appealed to me. I don't know why. I just didn't really like it. Yeah, the history side is interesting too. That in a way got me in it too. But like I said, the main reason was just models and riding trains, seeing the trains around here. Just a little boost to keep it going. It's not exactly powerful enough to pull it. It's a little bit of grade on my layout, so. Right. That should pull. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you got in the hobby. It's always a fun hobby. I've always enjoyed it. That's good. I'm always interested to hear how other folks get into the hobby. Yeah, I don't know. Just Thomas no real train cartoon ever really appealed to me. I like YouTube stuff, like watching the real thing, but cartoons just never appealed to me with trains. And don't get me wrong, I liked other cartoons like SpongeBob and stuff, but the, Thomas, Chuggington, all of those just never appealed to me for some reason. Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting, the history of everything. Like Oil Creek and Titusville, especially. I mean, you got Drake Wells State Park. It runs right through, on Oil Creek and stuff. That's always interesting. Sometimes too, the history of the locomotives, like you look at Lake Erie F units and the M636s on GVT and stuff like that. Also, kind of gets me into it. Hello. Oh, you. Yeah. The engineering, too, is another reason I'm interested. I mean, obviously, I'm taking up mechanical engineering in the fall for university, so that also is a reason I enjoy things like models and stuff. No, I don't want. Penzie keeps derailing. I'll fix it. Might actually swap those out. Let's put on there. Try this one. This is an RS-27. I don't know if 2000 can get away with that. All 2000 taking the train for a little while. Interesting. I always, like I said, I like to hear how other folks get into the hobby too. Nice. Yeah, I've always wanted to live by the railroad tracks, especially like up here in the area where we get, up to 60 trains a day. That'd be interesting. That's pretty sweet though, staying in an Airbnb by the railroad tracks. Something interesting. That's cool. Good stuff. If anyone else is new, welcome to the layout. Welcome to the live chat. Haven't heard from Terry and Jeffrey in a while, so if you guys are still here, well, I am too. I always like talking to the fans. Right, sorry, I was just... Yeah, I bet if those engineers lay on the horn, it'll wake you up for a little while. Gotcha. And yeah, I have been to an old diner in Lake City. Nice little spot. I prefer their breakfast food over their lunch and dinner, but it's a nice little diner. It's kind of very classy, old timey. It's a neat little. It's a neat little place. I'll go there sometimes. One of my buddies will meet. He lives out in Girard. We'll go shoot Amtrak 48 coming in, and sometimes we'll go get breakfast afterward, before school or before work. Those are always fun doing that. So, yeah, those are all good times. I'm gonna stop the chassis here. And let's put on. Let's put on the Mopac Heritage unit. See how this one does. Yeah, so anything on CSX was former New York Central. Conneaut, Ohio. I mean, it was at one time New York Central. Northeast. Union Station was Union Station. But yeah, in Lake City, that's probably the most pure New York Central depots that there still is. But yeah, it is a former New York Central depot. It's a nice one, too. Okay, we're going to try this one. I haven't run in a while. I know the wheel contacts are a little messed up. I need to work on it, but this is an RS-27, I believe. You know what? I don't believe the front wheels on this are actually working right now. So, fortunately, we're not going to be able to run this one tonight. I'll get it fixed sooner than later. I've always been interested to run these. I do have these two New York Central Shark Noses. Never had a chance to run them. I guess there's something wrong with them. But, I don't know. We'll give those a try later. put a Santa Fe F7. This one will run good. Yeah, I myself would have to look into that too, but I've heard it's a neat little depot. Like I said, I've been inside it. You know, it's nice. It's a nice little depot. Here we go. We're back. Yeah, so I think there's another one. Some other cool depots around this area. I know one is in North Kingsville, Ohio. I believe that'd be an old nickel plate. That's what it was. It would have been on nickel plate. It's on the NS line because Big Boy went through it. There's one there. Let's see some other depots around here. Of course, Oil Creek and Titusville. They've got the Titusville Depot. That would have been Pennsylvania Railroad actually. That would have been PRR. Let's see what other ones. Cambridge Springs, PA is a depot there. That would have been Erie. That was an Erie Railroad depot. That's a local one that I can think of. I know a couple New York Central depots on the Falls Road Railroad. It's a GVT operation with Delaware, Lackawanna, Depew, Lancaster, and Western. It's a Falls Road. But it used to be the New York Central Falls Road branch. That line has a couple depots. There's one outside of Lockport. I know there's one in Rockport, Albion, Medina. There's one. There's some nice depots up on that line. That line's pretty cool. It has some New York Centrals. Buffalo and Pittsburgh. There's one in Corey. I believe it's a Pennsy, but it could be Erie, could be Pennsy, because the Erie and the Pennsy crossed there. I know there's that one. New York and Lake Erie has a couple. There's Cherry Creek Depot, which is now a bar. South Dayton, which they still use the town, not the township, but the village of South Dayton, New York. They own that. And there's Gowanda Depot. what else is there? There's some more around this area I'm trying to think of. I don't believe there's any big ones on the Buffalo-Pittsburgh main line, except for CP Boyer. There's one there. Salamanca, New York has a big one on BMP. That was a big station there. That's a neat one. Shoot. Cuyahoga Valley Scenic, they're not really depots, but I know at some of those spots there would have been. Those would have been Baltimore, Ohio's. What other ones are there? There's more around here. There's got to be some more around this area that I know of. I don't know. Just trying to think. Well, Buffalo Southern, I mean, that Erie line between Waterboro and Hamburg, you know, it's New York and Lake Erie and Buffalo Southern now, but North Collins' depot. Eden has the depot. Hamburg has one. There's a couple on that line yet. One in North Collins is cool. Those again would be Erie depots. I think that's about it though. There's not a ton of them left. There's none on Bessemer and Lake Erie. There's not many left. It's just kind of like within 2 hours or so of Erie. There is an interesting one. This is not close-ish to Erie, but the Bath and Hammondsport Railroad up in Cohocton, New York. They have one in Campbell, New York. It's a little bit outside of Painted Post, about 5-10 miles outside of Painted Post. There's an old white depot there. The railroad owns it. I don't know what they use it for, but it's painted white. You can see where the platform once was. That was Bath and Hammondsport, which connected to LA&L. Wasn't Delaware and Hudson Railroad. I forget which railroad it was, but it's now Bath and Hammondsport. That's a cool one. I shot both angles of that depot. Avoca, I forget, there are two more on the B&H. There's one in Avoca and there's one in Cohocton on Bath and Hammondsport. The one in Cohocton's in terrible shape. The one in Avoca is pretty nice. Oh, forgot one. Union City, Pennsylvania. There's a Pennsylvania Railroad depot there on the Buffalo and Pittsburgh. I forgot about that. There is one there in Union City. But, yeah, that line there, Avoca, Cohocton, and Campbell, there's depots on the Bath and Hammondsport. The now Bath and Hammondsport LA&L era. What other ones are there cool? Don't know of any on Finger Lakes. Don't know any on Ontario Midland. I'm kind of thinking LA&L roads. I don't know if there's any between Hornell and Olean on WYP. Don't believe there's any between Machias and Olean. Don't know of any between Driftwood and Olean. And I kind of listed the ones on the Erie already between Meadville and Olean. There are a couple between Meadville and Oil City. And that would have been the old... It was either Erie or Pennsylvania, because Pennsylvania ran into... It would have been Pennsylvania, because Pennsylvania ran into Oil City, and because the Erie went from Hubbard all the way to Hornell. So there's one, I want to say it's called, there's one, it's in the middle of the line. It's before Franklin, after Cochranton. There's a little depot there. There's one in... There's not one in Franklin. I know there's one in Oil City, though. There is a depot there in Oil City. That one's cool. All right, we're gonna switch the engines up a bit here. Yeah, absolutely. I try to come around, see some depots, and yeah, it takes a while to think. I have to think every rail line that I can think of if there's a depot by it, but there are some good ones still. Titusville 3568. That unit's cool. It's fast as hell though. Fast running unit. So let me read your comments here. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Look at some old depots. Yeah, no, absolutely. There's a lot of cool depots around this area. Within 2 hours or so of Erie. So, yeah, if you ever need suggestions. Well, if anyone's coming in, welcome to the layout. Doing a little live stream, just kind of hanging and chilling with the some of my followers. So just hop on in the chat room and enjoy. Ooh, shit. Lost the whole train back there. Kind of need that. That was my fault. I bumped that down. Jeez, this thing keeps leaving its train behind. It's a sign that I should change it. I'm going to try. Chicago Northwestern -8. I haven't really run this one ever since I put DCC in it. I don't remember why. We're going to try tonight. I don't know how well it's going to run. Let's see this here. Yeah, I know. It doesn't like to stay on sometimes. Here, let's pull this up. I always have other options too. Getting down there though, I've run a lot of my collection. A lot of it right now is getting worked on, so can't be run, but I don't think the Chicago Northwestern is going to want to run tonight, so doesn't want a couple up, needs a little fixing done here and there, so I'll let this one try. I'll give it a shot. How about that? If it's bad, then I'll let it go. Gotta at least give it a shot. So, I'll give Chicago Northwestern a try. It's a no-go, then it's a no-go. Switch them both up here a little bit. Total axle count 1-8. Temperature 6-9. Have a safe day. Detector out. Conrail equipment defect detector milepost 97.1. Track 2. Conrail equipment defect detector milepost 97.1. Track 2. No defects. Repeat. No defects. Total axle count 4. Temperature 6-9. Have a safe day. Detector out. Conrail equipment defect detector milepost 97.1. Track 1. Conrail equipment defect detector milepost 97. Yeah, I know 4014s are expensive, and fortunately I have one, but it's not cheap. I got it off a buddy who's trying to get rid of it, so I got it cheap. But any new models are going to be through the roof right now with everything. Dirty wheels. Oh, it's derailed. Let's fix that. Conrail equipment defect detector milepost 97.1. Track 1. No defect. Repeat. No defect. Total axle count. It's Chesapeake in Ohio. It is a steamer. If you can't tell, my tracks also need clean. It's a little dirty. Conrail equipment defect detector milepost 97.1. Track 1. I think the wheels on the 3194 might just be kind of dirty. Equipment defect detector milepost 97.1. Track 1. No defects. Repeat. No defects. Total axle count 6-0. Temperature 6. Sometimes this likes to run. Oftentimes it doesn't, so we'll see how it does tonight. All at once. Happens sometimes, but doesn't want to behave. Let's go off of diesel. This one. I'm going to use this diesel to help put in. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good night. Just about to run big boy, but it's all right. I'm going to be getting to bed here pretty quickly, too. I'm not going to stay up too much later. None of these are working too good. Yeah, go for it. I'm going to run big boy here pretty quickly. Oh, these features are not working tonight. Everything's kind of falling off now for some reason. Good boy. It's a good line. Sometimes it has its moments. Stay out of all of them. This is a very nice one. Some Erie Lackawanna. Let's do 45. Oh my goodness.
equipment defect detector. Milepost 97.1. Track 1. Conrail equipment defect detector. Milepost 97.1. Track 1. No defects. Repeat. No defects. Total axle count 6. Temperature 6. Have a safe day. Detector out.
Let's get this one over here. Alright, we're going to try this one, folks. See if this works.
Right mode active. Sound mode active.
Oh, we got 611 going. We would like to want an SD45. I believe the front light on 611's got a loose wire or something. It's flickering on and off. Other thing that's coming in now, we're going to be running Big Boy here in just a couple minutes. Just side by side with the 611. But yeah, just kind of finishing up. I've run almost my entire collection of HO models that work tonight. I got a couple more that don't work right now, but everything that does work, I have almost all of it. Almost all that ran tonight. So yeah. My Erie Lackawanna SD45 on the outer track and Norfolk and Western 611 on the inside. So enjoy. I got Big Boy coming next. Hey Jeffrey, welcome back. About to put Big Boy on, so came just in time. But one of my other YouTube streamers doesn't have a couple right now. It just converted to DCC. Okay, in the foreground, so can you see it? Here. Okay. Big boy time. Eventually, Big Boy will get a smoker.
Conrail. Equipment defect detector. Milepost 97.1. Track 1. Conrail. Equipment defect detector. Milepost 97.1. Track 1. No defects. Repeat. No defects. Total axle count 6. Temperature 72. Have a safe day. Detector out.
Let's try it now.
Conrail. Equipment defect detector. Milepost 97.1. Track 1. Conrail. Equipment defect detector. Milepost 97.1. No defects. Repeat. No defects. Total axle count 4. Temperature 7.
Briefly stop at 4014.
Have a safe day.
Little maintenance check here. All right, let's get this train on the road. So anyone's joining, we got 611 on one track, Big Boy on the other, and I got a UP 809 on the track here just sitting. Still working on that unit, but got DCC in it. It's going all right so far. Just figuring out how it's going to work with this one. I have smoke in it. Kind of playing with that right now. I'll let that smoke burn off. It's crazy. So at 4014's at 40% throttle, 611's at 100, they're going almost the same speed. Believe me, this Big Boy is powerful. Big Boy will eventually get smoked. I can't wait for the day that happens. That's going to be awesome. Looks like my dog wants to say hi.
Track 2.
Oh,
Conrail. Equipment defect detector. Milepost 97.1. Track 1. No defects. Repeat. No defects. Total axle count 190. Temperature 73. Have a safe day. Detector out. Conrail. Equipment.
yeah, my dog wants to play with my train too. Guess it's alright. Yeah, I don't want to touch anything. He would definitely break stuff.
97.1. Track
611 is
2.
off again.
Conrail. Equipment defect detector. Milepost 97.1. Track 1. No defects. Repeat. No defects. Total axle count 300. Temperature 72. Have a safe day. Detector out. Conrail. Equipment defect detector. Milepost 97.1. Track 2. No defects. Repeat. No defects. Total axle count 56. Temperature 72. Have a safe day. Detector out.
There we go. Hey, welcome back, Jeffrey. Welcome back, Terry. Got the big boy running with the 611. Now we got a whole variety of power here. I also have my one UP809 sitting on the siding track. Putting some smoke fluid. Oh, you didn't? I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Track 2, no defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle count 9-2. Temperature 6-9. Have a safe day. Detector out. Equipment defect detector. Milepost 9-7.
All right, folks. I think we've had enough.